Hey everyone, Matt here from Doctor Running, and today we're going to do a 100-mile review on the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite. So I've had this shoe for some time. I'm going to be totally honest with you that I was actually saving it because when I first got it, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get the number of miles needed to do a review on it, and then I want to save it because I'm really enjoying this shoe. And then, of course, I stupidly forgot that I am very lucky to be part of a running shoe website where we get stuff sent to for free. So I had a lot of stuff and slowly kept putting miles on it, but recently brought it back going, I really need to get this to 100 miles because I really want to see what this shoe feels like at that point and if some of the thoughts I originally had still ring true. And the answer is yes. So I've got 100 miles on these right now. This is my left shoe. So people that follow this and know that I can destroy shoes and typically rip out the left posterolateral heel. This is pretty good for 100 miles. So durability has actually been really good, which is really interesting for this shoe type. Yes, I've ripped through it, but a lot of this is still intact. So I've still got plenty of miles of use out of the shoe, and I will continue to use it if I have time with all the stuff that comes in. I, in my original view, said this is one of the most comfortable super shoes out there, and I'm going to stick with that. Even after 100 miles, it's just got such a friendly and fast ride, and I want to talk about why that is. The foam has definitely maintained over this time. I'm really impressed with how durable it is, and honestly, I'm getting a similar feel from when I first put these on. So this is the Nitro Elite foam. This is a nitrogen-infused Puma foam. When David and I first put this on, we both said this is the closest thing that we felt to Zoom X thus far. That has obviously changed now with some other shoes like Saucony's new Power Run PB that they have in the Endorphin Pro 3. But everybody's got a different feel. This is really comfortable. It's not one of those insanely like bouncy, like, oh my gosh, I'm unstable. It's like, this is a really nice bounce. It's also the lightest of these super shoes. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong. This version comes in at 6.7 ounces for men's size 9, 5.7 ounces for women's size 8. I believe the Nike Vaporfly Next Percent 2 is coming in at 6.9 ounces. So it's some of the other ones are like the low 7 ounces. Please comment below if I'm wrong. This is the lightest one that I know of thus far. Extremely comfortable upper, very, very lightweight. This translucent mesh. Puma does a good job with upper security, even though it's super light. Like the Fast Star did this thing with power tape that worked really, really well. The interlace, like these inner loops here lock the upper down really well while still staying light. It's not going to be the most secure shoe, so if you do a quick turn, you might get some slippage, but for the most part, very comfortable. And biggest thing, if you have a hard time with heel counters, this is going to be your shoe. There is no heel counter here, and it's super comfortable and awesome while still having some structure that holds you there. Now, it's, again, a teeny bit more room for racing shoes, still on the snug side, but really comfortable is the word I'm going to keep using while still being able to go very fast. Full length carbon fiber plate. It's got a split plate up in the forefoot. So forefoot for me has been very stable. It is definitely a neutral shoe. It's not a stability shoe and it's not stable neutral. There's some tiny sidewalls that I've really not noticed with additional mileage. Very neutral, but extremely comfortable. I'm going to stick by my original comment where I think for people with neutral mechanics, if you like a light shoe, this is going to be your marathon shoe. It's also going to be a shoe you can use for 5K because I've run faster workouts in this shoe and it does great. It may not be the all-out fastest shoe, but it's definitely up there in my opinion and super fun if you want lightweight because a lot of the shoes out there are starting to kind of get a little heavier. So we're still seeing things in the upper 7 ounces, which makes sense because a lot of those shoes are going to be marathon racers. That makes sense. I think for most people, this would probably be a half marathon shoe and below. 5K definitely, 10K definitely, maybe not 5K, 10K definitely, half marathon definitely. If you like super lightweight shoes and you're missing some of the more minimal super light shoes that used to be out there, this is going to be a great option just because it has that light feel. Stable mechanics, you're going to be able to get it up to the marathon just because it has enough cushioning. And what's really nice about the shoe is it still has maintained the ability to handle easy miles. It's not a shoe I'd recommend for that just because there are better shoes for that. Like, well, I would have said the Deviate Nitro 2, but it's so stiff now. Not the best option unless you like a lot of stiffness. But it's just such a comfortable foam that bounces really nicely. Yeah, I wouldn't train in it, but if you like this kind of thing, a great option. Also, price. $200 and it's finally available, which Puma, like Fast Star, come on, we need more availability on this. I mean, I'm almost at 100 miles, so I'll have a review on that soon. But these are widely available finally, both I'm seeing in the United States and in Europe. And I'm seeing a lot of them where you can get them for less than 200 bucks. So this shoe for less than 200 bucks, especially with how well it's held up and the foam is maintained really well, is a great deal for a super shoe. Because we're seeing some of these super shoes 275, the Prime X Strung is 300. You know, this is a great option for people that are going, I don't want the most expensive thing, but I still want something that's really good. This is a great option, and you'll probably find it on sale even cheaper. So it's been really fun. And again, durability to get to 100 is great. Yeah, just comfort is key. I know I keep coming back to that, but comfort is really awesome. In terms of function, it still works really, really well for tempo runs, and it still works very well for a variety of efforts. So fartlek workouts are good. I've used it for hill runs, threshold runs, tempo runs has been really, really good. New to say, other than it's held up really well, it's still super comfortable. The foam is still just as bouncy as when I first put it on. It's a great buy if you want a super shoe that still maintains that lightweight. And that's actually what I want to talk about, because I'd like to start talking about some more of these biomechanics and mechanics and just some of the geeky stuff here. And weight still plays a really big factor in running shoe economy. There were some great studies that demonstrated, I think it was like for every ounce, it was like a 1% economy improvement. Somebody please correct me on that, because it's been a while since I've looked at the study. But the lightweight and the weight still plays a major impact into how efficient these shoes are and how fast they are. You know, getting a 9-ounce shoe with the super foam is probably not going to be as good as some of these other shoes that are super light and have the same amount of stack height, have the same foams. And as someone who used to be a really big minimalist who loved the Mizuno Wave Universe series and the Saucony Type A, which is now apparently disappearing, I'd love to know more on that. It's nice to have a shoe that goes, okay, I've been training in some heavier trainers or even a lightweight trainer. I still want something lighter. So it's not common to see a lot of shoes under 7 ounces, right? I don't even think I can think of any like really solid super shoes that have gotten under 6 ounces yet. That might not be possible with, you know, the max stack heights, but that used to be the norm. I used to look up, when I was looking for racing shoes, it had to be under 6 ounces for back in the day. And this is, we're talking, oh my gosh, 10 years ago, right? 10 plus years ago, back when I was working in running stores. So we're seeing shoes get heavier. Why is that? Because you've got more stack height, you've got more materials. Luckily, they're way more durable than well, sometimes way more durable, but we're not seeing as many of those super light shoes. The Vaporfly Next%, the Deviate Nitro Elite, now the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3, which is low. It's not under 7, but it's still low. The Metaspeed series are also in that low area. So you're getting some of them, but it's hard to get under that 7 ounces while maintaining this. So if you want that, it's great, because weight does play a factor, especially with longer distances. The longer you're going, the more you're going to have to carry that weight. With each step, that adds energy that has to be, I don't know the word I'm looking for, energy that has to be used. The challenging thing that's been set into that equation is that these foams are so responsive, and I know we have to be careful with the phrase energy returning, but a lot of them are that's offsetting that. We've got shoes like the the Alphafly that have this incredible bounce back. We're seeing shoes, you know, like others that have a ton of energy return and aren't the lightest. So the great thing about that is that it means there's variety. If you want a super light shoe, the Deviate Elite is going to be a great option. It might be the option for you. If you just want tons of cushioning and you don't necessarily care how light it is, you just want it on the lighter side, then some of the other ones are going to be great, right? So yeah, I don't have much else to say other than that. This is a great shoe. It's probably one of my favorites, and I'm looking forward to seeing what version 2 is like. It was available briefly on the Puma website. I missed it. The women's version is available right now. Come on, Puma. Let's go. I want to see what this is like. But finally, I think it's worth dropping the 100-mile review because this is now widely available. Again, in summary, if you want a super light super shoe, this is going to be a great option. It's definitely comfortable. People that have heel issues or calcaneal sensitivities to heel counters, this is going to be a great option. If you're concerned that some of the other ones might be too aggressive and you want something comfortable, this is a great one. It's a great, almost like introduction to this stuff, where it's not going to break the bank as much as the $200, $275 shoes, and you can find it on sale. but it's still going to be fast. And it's still something that I'm going to grab for plenty of efforts, and something I'm going to run into the ground and see how many miles I can get. But yeah, 100-mile review, similar thoughts. But what I want to know from you is, how important is weight in choosing your racing shoes? For me, it used to be the most important thing. Now it's kind of varied a little bit, where I've got some other factors in there. But how important is that to you, and what do you look for in the weight of your racing shoe? Thanks for listening, watching, whatever this is for you, and check back soon. Well, as always, we'll have more cool stuff heading up soon.